half guard again today. I'll use Connor.
Bottom half.
I'll be half. So again, not too deep with my leg that's hooking him. I want my right knee open here. I'm gonna have my shield, right, more upright. Now open because I wanted to push it down or to underhook this. All right, I'm just gonna smash my guard. Okay, I don't want it this way where he can smash it down here. All right, so I want to keep it up high. I can grab at his trap and my elbow's on the inside and I'm chasing his bicep. No thumb, okay? If I grab his bicep, he's gonna pummel that and beat my grip. I wanna hide it. I'll keep my thumb just 4 fingers so that every time he moves, I can move with it. So if he puts his arm inside, I can follow it, okay? You can grab here, all right, if you want to. Again, I try to play most of my half guard without those grips, but you can do it if you want. I like to keep it on the trap and use my elbow on the inside of my knee, okay? So we're gonna try to take the back here today. I'm gonna open up the space, and I'm gonna look to sit up, okay? When I sit up, I'm gonna open, and this elbow is gonna kind of lead through here. I'm gonna get my head up underneath it, okay? Now I can stay up here, right? Or ultimately, a lot of sweeps I wanna be really low here, okay? So I've got my hook still in, I haven't changed anything yet. I'm gonna take my left, actually I will not switch my hooks like we were the other night. I'm gonna keep my head tight here, and then I'm gonna look to kind of shuck him, and I'm gonna drop underneath his arm. So on my left hand is cupping his hip, right? And once my head's out of range here, I don't have to worry about keeping this, okay? If I was on this side, I wanna still keep it. So I wanna leave my head here for him to guillotine me. Okay, so if he takes his head over, that's not good for me. So once I'm over on this side, I'm okay. I'm gonna bump him with my left knee, like right in the butt, as I shoot my body underneath it. Okay, so I'm holding here tight. I'm gonna bump him and dive underneath him. Here, right? So once I'm in this spot, I can hook, and I work on coming up here, okay? So I'm gonna turn to the side here. My hook is still in on his leg. I'm hugging his hip. All right. Depending on how he tries to defend his back here, I'm gonna take this hand, and just control his arm. Okay. So I'm holding here and I'm cupping his hip. If he drops really heavy back here, I'm not going to go to the hip control. I can also grab his lapel. I'm going to reach from his hip to his lapel. Okay, so I'm holding here, and I'm going to start to drag him. You use this left leg, and I'm going to drag him back. Here, okay? If his leg is tight, his right leg, I'm going to work on extending to hold him, and then bring my hook in. Finish. I'll come up here a little bit. Turn, I'm just going to show the other way to take it now. So I have my hook, right, and I shuck him, and I come out, I'm holding, controlling his arm. If he drops, if he just stays down further this way, I'm gonna go right to his hip, okay? And then from here, I'm just gonna drag him back here, okay? I'm gonna scoot away from him. Notice how I have my leg extended to kind of keep his leg there, okay? So I'm hugging his hip, I can grab the collar, get my hook, seatbelt. So frame, I have my shield in, controlling. I'm gonna open, and then I'm gonna sit up hard and kind of hide my head. I'm gonna take my elbow through the hole. Here, okay? My left foot's still hooked. I'm off to the side here. I'm gonna bump them as I shoot in. Here. All right, so I stay tight. Now I'm gonna work on coming up. Here. And I'm controlling his arm and his hip. Okay? If he drops back on me, try not to let me pull him or come on top. He's gonna close his elbows too, trying to make it difficult. I'm gonna go for his lapel and just start to pull. There. So I'm in this case here, get my hook and my seatbelt. Any questions on that? Yes?
Is there a reason that when we shuck, that the duck under and the shucking isn't one motion?
I'm gonna bump with the knee and drop at the same time.
What I mean is, like, when you do that, is there a reason that you're doing it and stopping underneath him instead of going directly?
I can climb to the back too. I'm just showing this is a different way to get under there.
Okay.
There's other techniques from down there too. I could also just kind of just try to come up from like dogfight and beat his arm, right? Like we were in that position the other night. Problem is he's gonna use his overhook to whizzer me, like we talked about, right? So if I end up, sorry, in this position here, right? He's gonna whizzer me. I can't get his back from here. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to not deal with the whizzer. Now, if he just keeps his hand posted, then yeah, I can essentially get his back here, right? I'm also counting on he's not gonna make it that easy, all right? So just another way without having to deal with that situation of the whizzer. Sorry. Here, right? So it's tight. I'm gonna open up some space, come up, right? My hook's already hooked there. I'm gonna work on bumping him because he's tight on my head with his shoulder. So I'm gonna bump and drop. Here. Now I'm underneath him. From here, controlling the arm. Okay. Finish with the seatbelt. Ear to ear, both hooks on his inner portion of his hips. Yes, sir.
When you were talking about before you set your second hook, what was that straight leg you were talking about?
If his leg's in, like, I can kind of use that leg to position him. So if his leg is kind of tight, I can kind of extend that out to make space for me to get my other hook.
Okay.
But also keeping his leg kind of locked in that position.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I never saw it from that angle.
Let's see. So we'll go. Bring your leg tighter. Right? So I'm here. Just extend it out.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And it kind of allows me, so from here I can extend it to keep him, get my hook in position, especially if he's trying to keep his knee up, right? So I keep control there, push, get my hooks. Does that make more sense? Anyone else?
One more
All right.
time, if you could go through it.
Yes. This does it matter?
Doesn't matter, either one. Just hooking the leg. Block.
Right, I'm gonna open just a little bit. I'm gonna sit up and with my elbow through. Here. And I kind of turn that corner a little bit.
Stay with-
I'm gonna bump as I drop my body down towards his hips. Here. Right, now I come up. Sorry, come up, controlling here. His hip, if I can't get his lapel, that's fine. Control the hip. Use my left leg and start the hip escape. Okay. See how my leg is straight? You see that? It's kind of keeping his hook kind
So
of
you're
set.
never letting that leg go, in other
No,
words.
because he can't really circle out of that.
So you're keeping from the beginning to the end, you're keeping that
Yes,
hook stay
so
hooked. Okay.
now when I'm here, he's gonna defend, right? So now I just have to beat this, right? Push. Okay? Good? All right, get your partners.